Taurus, hi, welcome back. This is Crow Indigo Intuitive Tarot, and we are doing your weekly read. I'm going to be using the Line Strider Tarot today with a couple of pulls from the Fairies Oracle to finish off. This is a new deck for me, so we'll be reading from the book, but we'll pull a couple of cards for some wisdom from that set. We're looking for guidance for Taurus for this week. This is for Sun, Moon, and Rising placements in Taurus, and it's a general read. Oh, that's a lot of cards. Let's see if that's too many. It's a general reading, so it won't resonate with all of you. Doesn't seem like it's your reading. Don't try to force the fit, okay? There are many excellent readers on YouTube. And you can check out older videos here as well. If you'd like, maybe one of your messages is there. If the present reading doesn't seem to be, what matters most is when you come to the reading, not when I recorded it, okay? Let's see what we have for you for the week, Taurus. We have the Knight of Swords in reverse. So there's some feeling that you're lacking direction, maybe. Try to get it to focus. Could be that things just feel kind of unpredictable right now. You're not sensing a good, clear path forward at this moment. The Nine of Pentacles, though, tells me that this week is fairly comfortable for you. There's a certain luxury around you. There's a financial stability to your life right now, and you're not really having to worry about money so much, which is sort of nice. This card can sometimes be interpreted as the successful single. So maybe if you're single, you're just really enjoying your singleness this week. There's change coming, or there has been recently change. Necessary change, something ended that needed to end, or will be ending that needs to end. Sorry, it's not really focusing very well today. So yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't think it's, it doesn't seem major. It doesn't really seem major to me. I sort of feel like this is your present, and this isn't the case for everyone I've read for this week, but I sort of feel like this is your past. You're rising above the past. You're still a little bit unclear on where you're going, but you're quite comfortable where you are, and whatever is ending or has ended, it was necessary, and you accept that. So you're not, you know, there's this down here, the Three of Swords, which can be about heartbreak, grief, and loss. I feel like maybe that's what's ending for you. This grief, this really overwhelming grief is maybe stepping out of your life right now. The Eight of Cups, I think, is related to that. The Eight of Cups is this, you know, necessary walking away. Like you've had to make a choice. It wasn't easy to make, but you know it was the right one for you at that point in time. And you had to use your intuition to get there. It is possible that this is something that's coming, that your intuition is telling you that you do need to make a choice, and that there's some sadness around that. There's a sense of loss in this choice for you, this necessary change. This could be present time. My gut's really telling me this is past tense, and that this is where you're sitting today. You're financially comfortable. You'd like to know a little bit better where you're going, because right now you don't really feel a clear message on where you're going. But it's not, you know, it's not tearing you up. You're very comfortable in your present spot. Let's take a look at the Fairies Oracle. I'm going to give them a shuffle, and we'll take the top and bottom unless we have some jumpers. Let's see what we get here for Taurus. And I can never read these for sure, but I think it's the the Glanconer, maybe? We'll look it up in the book. It's quite an interesting character. Number 62, that may mean something to some of you. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Topsy-Turvies. The Topsy-Turvets, sorry. So this is quite an interesting artwork, number 51. It's the same that's on the back of all the cards, but it's one of those where you can turn it any way and it still kind of looks okay any direction you put it. The Topsy-Turvets, number 51. So 62 and 51 are your numbers, Taurus. Let's look at 62 first. Figure out how to say this name. So toward the very end here. Not the end, but toward the end. The Glanconer. Glanconer. Illusion, delusion, lust, projection, and clear sight. It is not good to make decisions when blinded by lust. Whether it is lust for a person, a thing, or an idea, we need to pause and take our time before making actual commitments. We need to read the fine print, check out the foundations, get a mechanic to test this so beautiful second-hand car. If we are considering buying something, we can refuse to let ourselves be rushed into it and take time to make sure it is really what we think it is. If we are considering making a commitment to other people, we need to take our time and really get to know them much better. This is another lesson in seeing the truth behind the beglamored surface, though in this case, it is we who have cast the glamour. So, if you are fortunate enough to be feeling lustful this week, Taurus, this card is cautioning you not to make decisions based on that initial rush of desire. If you're buying something, you should hold off and not rush into it because your taste may change. Let's look at 51. The Topsy-Turvets. Change of viewpoint, fresh looks, new ways of seeing. When life is confusing, and you had some confusion here, and this also seems to be going along well with this card. The Turvets may come to visit you. Nothing draws them like a little bit of mental muddle. They don't cause our disarray. We are very good at doing that for ourselves and each other. But they are attracted to it. Confusion is an important stage of growth, and they delight in helping things to grow. They live everywhere. Not only humans need their help, and are exceedingly busy. Fortunately, they are quite prolific, so there are a lot of them. When the Topsy-Turvets show up, it indicates that someone needs to look again, to make an effort to see things from a different point of view. It suggests that confusion may exist because we are asking the wrong questions, or perhaps we have made assumptions that are incorrect, and we have run into a brick wall built of those misconceptions. The Turvets ask us to back up, to question our assumptions, and to try to see things from the viewpoint of the other people involved in our muddle. They ask us to let go of our attachment to our own point of view, to stop saying ought and should, especially about other people. Most emphatically, they suggest that we start trying to see things as they really are, instead of as someone thinks they should be. This card is a warning that someone involved in the question or issue at hand is mentally upside down or possibly sideways. In a reading, the Turvets suggest that things need to be looked at from another angle. We need to back off from our emotional entanglement and look anew. Much of the apparent confusion about the issue is caused by a faulty point of view. Get the opinions of honest others, and then re-look at your own. Defensiveness and denial may be causing much difficulty. Try imagining that you are looking at the situation from the point of view of each of the others involved. This is not an exercise in deciding how the others ought to see things, but in discovering how they really do. Words like "he ought to see that" are not useful at this time. If the Turvet's card turns up and another point of view does not readily suggest itself, it may be useful to draw another card for further information, or you might choose to do another reading addressing that issue independently. Remember to pause to listen for hints from the Turvets themselves. They are experts in the field. So you've got here this caution not to be blinded into quick action by lust or desire. And here you're guided to look for a different point of view, to try to understand the perspective of other people involved in your life right now. Sorry, there's a lot of glare. So you maybe know what that relates to, Taurus, but it seems that there's some confusion about your path forward. You may be really drawn to someone and want to move fast, but maybe you need to pull back a little bit. You're coming out of a situation where you had to leave something and it was heartbreaking. So I guess this would be a bit of a caution against a rebound happening too quickly. Whether that's a relationship or a professional situation or a family situation. There seems to be this note of take your time. I think that's what I have for you this week, Taurus. I hope this is helpful for you. Thank you for letting me read for you. It's always an honor. And thank you to those of you that have subscribed. We are growing, and it's wonderful to see. Every like, share, and subscribe helps the messages get out to more people who may benefit from them. So thank you for helping with that. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. And I hope you have a great week. We'll see you next time. Blessings.